Some simple things are not easy to do, and they will drive you mad. Trust me. Just watch this. Anything can push me over the edge. That's traffic, banks, and this. Anyways, the tape worked finally, and I was making a sleeve. This is the standard pattern that I have. I honestly don't know if I created it myself, because I usually just draw out a pattern that fits me, because I like puffy sleeves. I like them to be white and comfy, so I don't really measure anything. I do the approximate stuff, and then you just cut it out once you do the slash and spread method, and you let that paper roll out on you. So I'm using chiffon. Chiffon is very nice and soft fabric, and it has these beautiful polka dots. By the way, I'm in love with them, if you didn't know. So this is the front bodice part. These are the measurements. This is the back bodice part. It has a little slit in the back on top, and these are the measurements for the sleeve and the pockets approximately. So here I'm putting everything together. Right sides are facing each other, and I'm just sewing the sides and the top where the shoulders are. At this point, I did not really notice that this is going to be a little bit too long and a little bit too big, because I decided not to try. Learn from me, kids. Try it out before you continue sewing, because I had to undo a lot and then redo it. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, this is the shoulder part that I'm just putting together. After this, I did the zigzag stitch all over it just to make it safe and secure it so it doesn't fray. And this is the sleeve. So right here was supposed to be to see the sleeve. Anyways, I sewed the side of the sleeve, and that's it. You can just zigzag it or serge it, and then after that I did the gathers on top. I'm not very good at doing gathers, so I never know where to start. So I just try to do as much as I can, and it's easier than deciding, oh, I'm gonna start from here and then I'm going to gather it only on top. Here I'm putting the sleeves together to the bodice part, and nice sides are facing each other. This is inside out, and I'm just pinning everything in place, because with the pleats, well, the gathers, you really need to pay attention if everything is aligning correctly, and so that it doesn't turn out wonky. With this part, I usually go very, very slowly. This is of course sped up because it's quite boring to watch, I guess. So make sure to go like one small step at a time, like right here, and make sure that everything matches perfectly. So this is how I do my gathers. I put the length of the stitch to the highest that I have, and then I adjust the tension of the bobbin thread. So I usually adjust it in between 7 and 8 depending on the fabric. If it's lightweight, I usually go up to 7, in between 6 and 7. And if it's a little bit tougher fabric, for medium weight, I obviously go in between 7 and 8. And for tougher ones, stronger ones, I go up to 9, depending on what I need. So first, do a little test before you start doing your gathers this way, so to know what level you need to use. And that's it. This is a time saver, and this is lifesaver, and it works like magic. So I already added the pockets, and now I need to go all around and sew this portion. This is going to be the topmost layer of the skirt. It's going to be gathered. This is the second layer, and you will need 2 times these measurements if you want it to be as fluffy as needed. So I suggest that for the top part you use at least your hip circumference plus 60 or 70 centimeters, or even just add the same, just double it. I went with 2 meters because I wanted it to be extra, to have extra volume. And then once I did that, I started putting it together with the bodice part. This is what it looked like. As you can see, the top was, the bodice was very long, and I did not really notice that, so I had to go back and fix that at a later time. But I was very pleased how it was progressing. So these are the measurements for the second layer. This layer is wider and is longer than the top layer, and it needs to be at least 2 times and a half longer than the topmost layer. Then you're going to put everything together and make do the hemming. I did the rolled up hem. Well, I rolled it up twice and then I sewed it in so that all those edges don't fray. And now it's time to make the underdress. And I'm not very good at making this, but it turned out okay, I would say. So I did not really do any specific measurement. I just wanted it to be comfy and wide, and then I just sewed the sides, and this is what it came out to look. I was trying not to flash you. Here it is a little bit see-through, but that's fine because we'll have another layer. I didn't iron it, I was too lazy, but it turned out okay. If you have a slip dress, just use that one instead of this. I couldn't find one for the life of me. So right here I was putting the bias tape all around the neck area. So I was sandwiching that material, that fabric, inside the bias tape that I made. I had the original plan to make it tie in the back, but then I decided to do something different. This is also one of those things where you actually have to go very slowly because you want to catch both sides, and watch your fingers, you can get hurt. And here I'm showing you that I already created one casing for the elastics at the bottom of the sleeve, and now I'm going to create another one. It's very easy, you just have to fold it twice, sew it, and leave a little opening on one side so you can insert that elastic. This is going to help that sleeve stay in place once you wear the dress. So again, you will need to be careful because you don't want to sew those things together, those sides of the sleeves, and just go in circle, and that's about it. In the meantime, I put the bias tape all around the neck area, and the back has this little closure so I can easily do it myself. I did not want to put any zippers, and also I added elastics in the sleeves at the end, and that's it. So as you can see, that undergarment, you cannot really, it's not really visible that it does not fit perfectly, but one day I might fix it. I decided to shorten this portion, so I had to undo everything and redo it because it was a little bit long. It was like almost 10 centimeters longer than I wanted it because my waist is here, and I added elastics in the sleeves, and this is what it looks like right now. So cute. Okay, and this is what it looks like. I am in love. It looks almost exactly the same as the original, and I've been trying to find original for such a long time. It's not the same fabric, obviously, but this one is actually a lot softer than the original. Original is tulle, and tulle tends to be a little bit chafy and itchy, and this fabric is so soft. This is chiffon, and well, let me tell you, I'm in love with polka dots, and I think that that's also the reason why I love this phone, just because it has these three lenses. Anyways, I need to add some hoops right here so that they can hold the belt, and it's done. So let me know what you guys think about the dress and how you liked it. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.